Just want to recap about the drying procedures. I was very rushed in the last video. The main switch for the dryer is at the first bay as you come in on the left hand side. It is really important that you always remember to switch it off after you're finished with it, otherwise we've got a huge fire safety risk. So we looked at putting in the rinse solution after the 10 minutes, and as you can see it's creating kind of a froth on the images. That's fine. So once you take it out, hold it over the sink and let it drip for a while. Remembering, over the sink much better, otherwise people are going to slip and fall. Give it a tap to knock it out. And then for taking your roll of film off, you just very carefully bend it on the edge. Just very carefully, so it just pops out. Alright? Just gently go all the way around. It's really important that once you're finished this process, that you do your washing up. Alright? Without that, it means that people that are next going to come in won't be able to use it. So the reels have to be washed up, left stand sideways so that they can dry out. Tanks need to be washed so there's no chemistry that will react on the next person's film. The column, all of that, nice and neat to the side. So we've got our roll of negatives. You might need to start in the middle to do this. So if you just run your fingers down, with gloves or without, it's only like a washing up liquid, it's fine. Just once, gets rid of the excess. So it shouldn't be dripping everywhere. So now we can actually see that we've got a negative. We can see, if I hold it closer to the lens without damaging, we can see that we can actually see images on there. If we hold it up to the light, we'll be able to see it even more. So bear with me for a second. So now, if we look at it through the light, we can see that there's images. Some good exposures on this roll of film. And this needs to go into the drying cabinet. If you notice, I'm holding the film just by the edges. One side of the film is shiny, one side is an emulsion side. And if I touch it too often, especially on the emulsion side, it's going to damage the crystals. It's going to smudge them or scratch them. So I always hold it by the edge. The dryer has a load of clips inside it. So on one end of your film, you will put, don't let it touch the floor, put one clip, and that'll weigh it down. And then inside the dryer, we have got this clip. We'll put a clip that's already in there. So we go down and have a look. Again, holding it off the floor. So the main switch is on the first enlarger, just in there. Double checking to switch it off when you're done. And then inside the the dryer, it's quite dark. You'll see a rack of pegs. Don't put a wet film against somebody else's dry film. Space them out, and it just clips up in there. So if we can do that one-handed. You don't have to do it one-handed, I do, because I've got the camera in the other one. No more than 10 minutes in there, and as I said, down at the bottom you'll see the timer and the switches for it. If we look down onto the bay where I've finished doing the washing up, don't leave them there, somebody will knock them. If you can leave them to the side, or we'll create one of these trays, can be a drying tray. Just put them inside it, stack them up so that they're dry and ready for the next person to use. It's vital you do this, otherwise with 4 groups the enlarger or the darkroom gets ruined. We've changed the trays, so the fixer is down closer to the sink. And the red one, which at the moment just got a small tray to save chemicals, that's the developer. And then the middle one is the stop.